Enshrouded is a new and upcoming open-world survival game that feels strangely familiar, like a cross between Breath of the Wild, EverQuest's long-since-cancelled Landmark, and Valheim. It feels like a world, albeit bleak and very dead in the game's restricted beta access phase, but the sense of exploration, building, and progression is there, always allowing you to move forward even if you haven't been properly pushing yourself in the right direction. The only real issue honestly just regards to streamers and recorders. Graphical difficulties with the FSR2 settings, and really anything pertaining to the shadows can cause widespread computer shutdowns and crashes no matter how good your PC may be. Otherwise everything is fine until you actually go into the Shroud. Obtaining video references here is practically impossible without drastically lowering your settings, which is still going to reveal some mild difficulties. The game does not currently support manual FPS changes. Because I have a 164Hz display, I can't utilize the in-game settings to reduce it to 60 for streaming or recording purposes, and must instead force it through my settings, which is not ideal. It may not seem like a big deal until you realize just how bad it becomes when everything starts crashing. Presentation-wise, I've never been able to get into these games, particularly survival building games, because they take up a lot of my time and they don't really offer much besides harvesting the same resources over and over again for hours until you have enough to craft the next components to continue building. I really don't find that fun. However, there is just something here that feels right. Vibrant yet not childish, a blend of Breath of the Wild and Valheim, while a little rough around the edges due to certain graphical concerns, feels good. The user interface was decent, and the general vibe of the game seemed immersive and intriguing for people who want to actually explore the world rather than just progressing through tasks and limits. However, it is quite possible that a lot of these things will change drastically through their evaluation of the demo and what they could bring more to it. I really love the Doppler effect from the arrows and the shimmer that they let off during the day. However, the night shimmer didn't really make too much sense to me, but I was really impressed when one of the developers dropped by to mention that they would make changes to remedy this. The gameplay seems somewhat player-directed, which means that the player eventually decides on how they want to proceed. Do you want to construct something? Nothing can stop you from completing a quest, explore the various underground caverns and hidden sites around the world and learn about the legends, take on every boss and be rewarded. You can complete everything in your own time. There is currently no survival elements, which was a great thing for me because I don't really like the survival aspects of survival games, though this may change with a full version. There was also no PvP. The game appears to have a bunch of good features that could be improved to make it more responsive over time, such as building houses with a snapping effect, or just overhauling the stamina system, which does get in the way even when well rested and when hydrated. It just seems inconvenient when certain aspects, such as building, can get you the same number of resources without using the stamina system, which feels very pointless to have. Unlike games like Valheim, which seemed really boring and drab to play alone, and even with my friends, I truly appreciate where this game is going. This game felt like I could actually play it without feeling like I was wasting my time and instead having a good time in the world with exploration and creating. And one of the main issues that should be resolved over time is the lack of voxel aspects, such as holding them up like a structure as well as the numerous crashes and graphical flaws.